So you have until 5 this evening to stop and smell the roses, to get up close and smell the roses or see the intricate details of the nearly 40 Rose Parade floats in Pasadena. It's so cool.
Let's get out to Coco McAboy, who is live for us at Floatfest. Good morning to you.
Good morning, and you can definitely smell the roses out here. But I gotta say, outside of the floats, I think one of the best parts of Floatfest is the people you meet. You can talk to them, you learn their stories. They're coming from all over. I have another great person I want you to meet, Terry Wolf, who's from USC Marshall. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning, Coco. Thank you for having me.
Yes, and you're part of this fantastic float. Talk about the collaboration between you and Coding for Veterans.
Sure. Well, this represents a logical extension. The Marshall School already has a big commitment to veterans. We have a Masters of Business for Veterans program. We're now about to bring in a very skill-oriented skill development piece through the Coding for Veterans. We partner with the Coding for Veterans nonprofit in Canada, and they've been running this very successfully throughout Canada, and we are now we will be their strategic partner for the United States in working with U.S. vets.
Love that. And if you can talk about this incredible float, I know you put in hours yourself to help build this.
I logged a few hours. I've got 40 plus hours up there on that platform. It's very tedious work, but you have that sense of gratitude and fulfillment and satisfaction when it's all done and you see this beautiful representation. There's over 33,000 roses on this particular float. I think it's got the largest number of roses throughout this parade anyway. And then you can just sort of see all of the rest of the attention of detail. And part of what the float captures is the veteran making the transition to civilian employment. So we have national defense and making the transition to cybersecurity defense. And so we are offering programs in software development, network architecture, cybersecurity, 3 core courses, each of which represented this transition from, as our tagline says, from deployment to employment in the civilian sector.
And Terry, something I found interesting too was the fact that obviously this takes a long time to put together, but those last 72 hours I'm hearing are really the time.
They're pretty intense. They pushed us out of the building at 1 a.m. on December 31st. And we were planting the last final roses at that moment. There was one gentleman, a vet himself, who spent the night as one person, just sort of catching all the places where there were holes and maybe a rose fell off or something else needed to touch up, and he spent the night just doing that for us.
I love that. Thank you so much, Terry, for joining us and talking about this important collaboration between the two of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes. And I love that, as you just heard him say, all of the detail that goes into this, all of the time as well. Someone who meticulously made sure that every single rose was in the right place. And that's really the story with a lot of these floats, too, is beyond the beauty, there's a story behind it. And I think that's what I love the most. We're going to keep checking these out all morning long. For now, I'll send it back to the two of you.
Yeah,
all right,
beautiful
Coco.
stories.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It is those stories, right, that really connect us.